The iPhone 11 Pro Max came out 30 days ago, but now all the hype has died down. 30 days later, this is what it's like to actually use it. I won't bore you with specs or anything in this video because the whole world knows that already, but now the hype has died down, let's talk about what it's like to actually use the phone. And the first thing I've got to talk about is that battery life. I have no problem in saying at all that this is probably the best battery on a phone right now. I'm still getting 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of screen on time with this battery. You can get through a day's usage on the iPhone now easily, whereas a year ago, 2 years ago, you would almost always be in low power mode by the end of the day. But I actually managed to go through a whole day using this yesterday, didn't charge it overnight, woke up and still had 29% left. So it's just incredible. And talking of charging it, it takes no time at all now because of that fast charger which Apple finally included in the box. The whole batteryness on this phone is excellent, and I don't know how Apple make it last that whole day, as it's only a 4000 milliamp hour battery, but I'll be honest, I don't care how they do it, I'm just glad that they do. The camera on this phone is good, it's obviously good, but it's really good. Like, it's probably the best camera that I've ever tested. I can hear it, I can hear the Pixel boys commenting saying, what about the Pixel 4? I'll be honest, I haven't actually taken a huge amount of photos because my life just isn't that interesting, but from the photos that I have taken, they do look great. The camera sensors on the iPhone 11 Pro are exactly the same as they were on the iPhone XS last year, being 12 megapixels, but the software has improved, which means that the photos look a lot better. You've got deep fusion coming, but the software also allows you to do that one thing: night mode. Don't get me wrong, night mode is a brilliant feature, but I don't think I've benefited from it as much as most people because I just live in a city where in every single street there's 1,000 lights, so sometimes I just don't need it. So you can see here there's a photo using night mode and a photo not using night mode, and can you decide which one is the one using night mode? It's not exactly the easiest thing to notice sometimes, and it's just not needed a lot of the time for where I am. But when it comes to real low light photography, it's brilliant. It does something a little bit weird with the sky where it almost makes it like a fake daytime, but I don't care. I love it. Night mode is a brilliant feature. The front-facing camera is something I don't think I've even used. Okay, no, I have used it, but only to take a selfie, weirdly, of a microwave. I don't know why I just didn't take it normally. Hashtag microwave selfie. But I don't take selfies, so I can't really comment on what the front-facing camera is like. But what I can comment on, though, is the video on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. And oh, isn't it good? It's peanut buttery smooth. Even when you're shooting footage at 4K 60 frames a second, it's like you're using a gimbal, and it's so smooth. It's only a good thing for the video. Apple just does video on phones better than anybody else, and come at me if you think that they don't, but the truth is that they do. And it makes me want to take more videos on my phone. So I might not take a lot of photos, but weirdly, I like taking videos on the phone a lot better than I do photos. Oh, and I almost forgot as well. We've now got 3 cameras on the iPhone, as you already know. You've got the telephoto, the wide, and the ultra wide. And it just makes the phone even better in terms of taking photos. It's more versatile than any of the other previous iPhones. And the ultra wide lens is a nice addition. I'm using that a lot more than I am the telephoto lens because you just lose a lot more quality when you're zooming in that far. And putting that all together, it makes the iPhone 11 Pro Max fantastic for taking photos and videos. The screen on the iPhone 11 Pro Max is lush, but actually I find it really difficult to find any 4K or HDR footage that isn't from Apple's own website. So you can't find it on Netflix, you can't get it on YouTube, and apparently I heard someone else talk about this. It's about a codec, which Apple just don't want to use. And because they don't use that codec, it means that YouTube, the maximum you can watch any sort of video in is 1080p, which is all right, it looks fine, but you've got an HDR screen, so trying to find HDR 4K content is a bit of a nightmare. Away from trying to watch 4K videos on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, the screen is really bright. It's the brightest phone that they've ever had in an iPhone, and it makes it even better. It's nice and silky smooth. It's got that great OLED panel as well, so in terms of screen quality, it is top notch. The phone is also incredibly quick with that A13 Bionic chip that Apple have wedged into it this year, but if you're upgrading from the iPhone XS or the iPhone 10, you probably won't recognize a difference in speed. It's only if you upgrade from a phone that's a little bit older than the iPhone 10, you might notice some sort of speed difference. I've had no problems with the phone lagging with apps or closing apps or anything like that. I've been playing the Call of Duty game, which I'm dead good at, look at this, and it's just brilliant. Just a quick one on the design, and it's exactly the same as it was on the iPhone XS last year, so nothing dramatic. In fact, nothing changed at all. So it's a little bit familiar. Something which is unfamiliar and new to the iPhone 11 Pro this year is that frosted glass back. And it's a weird thing what I'm going to say now. You might think it's a bit weird, but I love it because it makes it just nicer to hold than the glossy back. It's just a nice addition to the phone. And here's something, I hate using a phone case. Phone cases are rubbish unless a phone case manufacturer or brand wants to sponsor the videos, then in that case, I love a good phone case on the phone. But overall, having a frosted back on the phone just makes it look a lot nicer, and it looks way more premium than having that weird old glossy finish. As we're on design, let's just talk about that 3-camera setup on the back of the phone, and so many people still hate it, but why hate it? It just has 3 cameras, and I like it. In fact, I really like it, and who looks at the back of their phone enough to get annoyed at what the camera looks like anyway? They might have been able to do it better, but the 3-camera design is fine. A few things that I haven't used and are still a bit rubbish. Siri, for one, it's still the swipe keyboard that you get in iOS 13, I wanna like it, but I just can't. Haptic touch it's not 3D touch. It's not very good. I don't like haptic touch. I actually miss 3D touch, even though I didn't use it. Still want it back. And finally, I don't like that it doesn't have a USB-C port. What is happening? Apple, sort it out. Your iPad Pros have it, so why don't your iPhone Pros have it? But overall, the phone is more of what you're used to. The only thing that has really changed is the battery life is considerably better, and it is. The phone is a little bit heavier than it was last year. The design is the same, but now you have that 3rd camera on the back, which does help. The cameras are exactly the same as last year, but are better. So the software for the iPhone 11 Pro Max has got better. And if you're thinking about upgrading to the iPhone 11 Pro Max, then absolutely do it if you want to have better battery life. But if you already own the iPhone XS Max, then I haven't really got anything to say about upgrading, because maybe wait until next year when a design will at least change on the phone. But the final thoughts on the iPhone 11 Pro Max are, it is a fantastic phone. It really is brilliant. If you have an iPhone 11 Pro Max, let me know what your favorite things are in the comments below. Or if you're thinking about getting one, tell me. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button as well, and then I'll see you on the next one. See you later.